Hey, what's up, everybody? The guy Matthew, and welcome back to NFL Picks Week 4. Let's hop straight into it. So, starting off tomorrow night, boy, we got a juicy one. Lions and Packers. Revenge game for Green Bay last year. Detroit came in Week 18, knocked them out of the playoffs. Packers have looked bad at times. Even last week, despite Julian Love's comeback, they did look bad on offense at times, and they completely out-falconed the Falcons. Lions, offense bit wasn't expected against KC and Atlanta. Lost to Seattle. It's really gonna be a fun one. Gonna be a fun Thursday game, but I'm actually thinking the Packers in this one. I know I've been kind of banging on the Lions drum a bit this year, not as much as others, but still. I think the Packers defense, showed that I know they're kind of but can shut down teams at times. I know it's like the Bears, the Falcons, and the Saints not the best, but still. I believe they can give Goff some issues. Jordan Love gets better, it seems, in the second half to me. Gonna be a fun game, but Lambeau Field's gonna be rocking. The Pack get revenge. Give me Green Bay. Top of the morning to you from London as the Falcons and Jags kick it off in London next week. London and London had Drake London Falcons receiver, aka a joke random make this week. But yeah, Falcons as I expected came back to earth last week after starting off 2-0. Jags just something hasn't clicked yet for them. I was expecting them to take that next step to be a contender as will some others, but they just haven't yet for some reason. Don't know why. But I think that thing does click this week. T-Law starts to look better, like a possible MVP candidate, like some people were predicting as a dark horse. I think the Jags just all around get it together this week. Look like a contender. Give me the Jags. I'm next time. I'm still not talking about last Monday. Refs completely screwed us over. McVay went on the damn ball. Moving on. But yeah, the refs did screw us over because Logan Wilson's first pick. Yeah, not clear and obvious, even though it was, and Tutu's touchdown. Clear and obvious he was out. No, it wasn't. He was in, and he stayed in. Nonetheless, the former Ram, Matt Gay, couple big kicks last week to power the Colts to win over Baltimore. Colts look better than expected, but Anthony Richardson still question mark as if I'm recording this, whether he'll go or not. Give me my Rams in this one. I'm picking us. We should win this game. We should beat the Bengals. I think McVay will learn from his loss. I think he's going to run the damn ball. Raheem Wolf's defense I played outstanding last week. Looked pretty good all year round. So, I think the Rams get them and get the 2-2, and then we get Cooper Kupp back. 13 games of Kupp, and, Stafford, Puka, Nakua, all lines look solid, get the run game up. Rams fans, we were expecting, hey, if we could go 2-2, without Kupp, you were told week 5 before the season. We take that. We should be 3-1 because we should won last week and we should win this weekend. But excuse me. But yeah, we feel pretty good. Give me my Rams to win. Next, Baltimore and Cleveland. Baltimore looked with the loss last week. It feels like almost every other time red zone cuts to Lamar, he's fumbling, which is not good for the Ravens. But the Browns dominated the Titans last week, dominated the Bengals at home. This one's at home. Dog pound gonna be walking. But Cleveland's defense is very impressive so far, because against Pittsburgh, they had that one big play to George Pickens, and basically the rest of the Steelers' offense was their defense. So yeah. Baltimore's doing a some injuries. Give me Cleveland. That's one, like I said, I really like their defense this year. Deshaun Watson looked like good Deshaun Watson, like when he was on the field 2019, 2020. Last week, I think he might be. I think he'll be able to continue to figure things out. As I think Cleveland makes a statement saying, "Hey, North might be ours." All right, so give me Cleveland. Vikings and Panthers. Adam Thielen playing his little teams this week. The main storyline as the Vikings. We'll talk about the Chargers later because Brandon Staley should be filed. Tough loss last week. We have fans for them from getting some good snaps off at the end. But yeah, Panthers didn't look all that special against Seattle Evil. Andy Dalton by saying doesn't matter. I think the Vikings finally stop fumbling the football, limit mistakes, and get it done. I think the Vikings get their first win of the year. Give me Minnesota. Alright, Bengals and Titans up next. So unless the Titans are playing the Chargers, they have looked awful this year. Getting blown out by Cleveland and not blown out by Saints, but Tannehill looked awful in both games. Saints and both the losses, Saints and Browns. And I think both the same, Bengals got to Stafford at times last week, forced a couple picks from him. And I expect more of the same from Tannehill. He's regressing as the quarterback, which isn't good to see. And I think the Bengals, we got that first one, we got the monkey off your back. I think we're going to be able to play a bit more free and easy now. And give me the Bengals to win this one and start to find, the Bengals we all know. Alright, the Bucks and the Saints up next. Saints have a collapse. That's against the Packers. Dale Carr unknown this week if he plays or not. And the Bucks probably what we all expected to do against the Eagles lose. But yeah, I'll give you a fun one. A bit of not fun. Excuse me. Give me a mid one. I meant to say I was scared of the Dolphins Bills as we all are. Um, you know, give you kind of a mid offense. It's gonna be a low scoring defensive game, and I like the Saints in this one. Baker I think is gonna make moments. Baker and James will both make mistakes, assuming Dale Carr doesn't play, which I think he isn't. Low scoring defensive game. But I think the Saints offense, I trust Winston. I know Saints are crazy just a bit, not Winston, but I trust their weapons a bit more. Like, I just trust like the O line a bit more than the Bucks. And plus, the Saints pretty much owned the Bucks for the past couple of years. I know last year, even with Tom Brady, beat them sometimes. So give me the Saints. Alright, again, like this should be the prime 4 o'clock. Doesn't matter if it's Patriots, Cowboys, or the Sunday night game, or Monday night, because who gives a fuck about Giants, Seahawks. Dolphins and Bills. If I'm magically like hug 70 up upon you, then well, could be me. As Miami's offense looked elite last week, that's like a culture game, that's like Michigan playing, like Ohio, like just Ohio, not Ohio State or something like that. As the Bills dominated the Commanders as well last week, which will go undershadowed. Defense stayed outstanding. Give me a fun one and a tough one. Side of Dolphins season loss last year. Sounds like Jalen Waddle will be good to go. But I think the Bills will get something that, the Bills have bounced back nicely the past 2 weeks. I think they continue that bounce back. I think the Bills defense will force Tua into some mistakes, take away, like, real weapons. Like, Devon Achane went off last week. I think the Bills defense with, like, we're not going to be able to limit any one thing, but they're just going to do a good job of, like, keeping it, like, just limiting it all with like taking away one thing, like just good all-around defensive game for the Bills, getting the Tua rattling him. As the Dolphins offense, I think might have used a bit. Like when you score 70 points in the NFL, more than likely you're gonna fall back to earth the next week. I'm believing in part of that this week. I think Josh Allen, Vic Fangio's defense has it looked that improved when he played Justin Herbert, the elite QB. Josh Allen's an elite QB. So yeah, give me the Bills to win this one and show that the East still wants to Buffalo. Alright, Broncos Bears. I'd rather like do anything else than watch these two teams play, even on NFL Red Zone. Like, why would you willingly watch this game? Like, you got something better to do with your life than that. Nonetheless, I'm still gonna pick it. Bears look awful. Broncos look awful. But I think Sean Payton finally gets something right this week. Russell Wilson finally does something right. They don't collapse. The Bears aren't this way. They're a mess of an organization. They're the new Commandos. There's so much stuff going on in Chicago that I don't like. And Broncos, Payton I trust more. Bears bad, Broncos bad, but I trust Payton and Russell Wilson more than this dysfunctional team that I won't even refer to anymore. Give me Denver to win. Alrighty, Commandos and Eagles up next. Commandos, as I expected, fell back to earth as well last week, getting absolutely destroyed by Buffalo. As Philly did what I expected them to do on Monday night against the Bucks. I expect more of the same, Feels like an arms league. Sam Howell got flustered by the Bills defense. The Eagles defensive line is gonna fluster him as well. Great defense for Philadelphia. They'll go fluster Howell. Hurts, Brown, Devontae Smith, DeAndre Swift will do enough to get by. Eagles win pretty handily, I believe. Give me Philly. Alright, Steelers and Texans. Texans, CJ Stroud looking like the best QB so far in this rookie class. Great game so far, including last week's win over the Jags. And Pittsburgh's offense. Pittsburgh got one bit back here, there still should be a set up to Canada, but Steelers always play great defense. That's gonna fluster CJ Stroud. Steelers offense will do just enough. Defense will help them out. Give me Pittsburgh to win. Alright, Raiders and Chargers. How does Brandon Staley still have a job? Serious question, like, as a head coach. Like, what the fuck was that? 4th and 1 on your own 25 when you're up by 4. Punt the ball. Like, how do you do that? This isn't a fucking video game. This isn't Madden or NCAA revamped. Like, how do you do that? You're so fucking stupid. He still should be fired, in my opinion. Unless the Raiders, they have a questionable coaching decision by the Raiders going up the field goal late against the Steelers. Um, Pass potential to be a shootout, but I think the Chargers defense, Raiders offense has looked bad at times. Jimmy G's looked awful when he's played. Good defenses, Bills, Steelers. Chargers have a good defense. Devontae's still gonna look great, but the Chargers defense is gonna overpower the Raiders. Hope it's gonna have a field day against the Raiders' awful defense. Chargers offense good. Chargers defense good. Raiders offense crumbles facing good defense. Raiders defense bad. Pretty simple. Give me the Chargers to win. Alright, Cardinals and 49ers. Shout out to the Cardinals. We'll make fun of the Cowboys in a second. But that's a one-time thing. That's just the Cowboys being the Cowboys. As the Cardinals will get absolutely smoked this week by the 49ers. They're playing a real team for once, not the Commandos. Not the Giants. Not them boys. They're playing an actual football team. It pains me to say the team I hate the most, the 49ers. And they get exposed for it. As the 49ers absolutely rail, destroy, whatever you want to use the Cardinals. Give me San Francisco. Yeah, how about them boys? How about them Cowboys? Losing to the fucking Cardinals. They lost to the Cardinals. How fucking bad are you to lose to the Cardinals? Oh my god, you're so bad. Uh, Honestly, at this point, Joey Jones might hire Deion Sanders mid-season and fire Mike McCarthy. I'm dead serious. Like, if McCarthy gets fired after this year, I'm dead convinced Jerry Jones might hire Deion Sanders. That'd be such a thing to do. Nonetheless, New England's offense looked bad last week. Despite the win over the Jets, Cowboys looked bad all around. But Cowboys bounced back this week. Zeke Elliott going against the Cowboys first time as well. Little note there. But the Patriots offense has looked bad. The Cowboys defense is fine. Trayvon Diggs, Micah Parsons still fucking the beast. Mike is amazing. And your defense still good overall. That's gonna fluster Jones. The Cowboys defense is offense, excuse me, will do enough to get by. Give me the Cowboys to win. Alright, Chiefs and Jets. The Jets are awful. Zach Wilson got absolutely blasted by Joe Namath, as he should have. Jets offense just doesn't have any. The Jets offense is non-existent, and the Chiefs offense is second best in football in my opinion, only to the Dolphins still. Mahomes, Kelsey, Taylor Swift, why the hell not? Blow out the Jets. Kansas City Wolves by New York easily in an offensive as the case. Sorry about that. Lost my mic for a second. As Casey's offense explodes easily over the Jets. And Seahawks and Giants. Giants long West. Seahawks are pretty solid all around. Giants as far as I know still without Saquon. Long West not doesn't matter. I think Seattle gets the win in the Meadowlands Monday night. Just too much. Alright, so I'm picking the Packers, the Jags, my Rams, the Browns, the Vikings, the Bengals, the Saints, the Bills, the Broncos, the Eagles, Steelers, Chargers, 49ers, Cowboys, Chiefs, and Seahawks. Hope you enjoyed it. Catch you guys next week. Later, guys.